Let's get you and your new dream home in 5 steps. Now, just a disclaimer before you jump into this video, we're not saying it's going to happen overnight. But if you really follow through and you really pay attention to this video, watch it in full from moment to moment, all the way from now until the end of the video, we're going to give you a step process here that will work like dynamite. On this video right here, you see the footage behind me, this wonderful ocean, this wonderful beach. I am so blessed and grateful to have this. I'm not impressing you on this video by any means. That's not what I'm trying to do. What I'm trying to say is the 5 steps I'm going to provide you. I've done it for myself multiple times over, and I've actually given it to my own clients, and they've done the same thing and witnessed the accomplished results of being in their dream home. Okay, so this video here, you're really going to want to pay attention to. Watch the whole thing, follow every step. But don't have the expectation it's going to happen overnight. This didn't happen overnight for me, okay? But if you follow through the 5 steps, we're going to do some really great things. All right, hey, Scott Houck here. Let's get started with the training and moving forward with our first preliminary step. And that preliminary step is understanding, again, that manifestation is not magic. Got to remember that before we go into this, all right? Step number 1, let's get clear on it. And also in the comments below, as we go through the steps, actually follow through on the steps. That's going to make you the most accountable, and I promise you it's actually going to work for you. It's too easy to watch the video and not actually do it, right? Just, you have to apply it, learn it, and apply it. That's how we're going to get the results. I want you to have your dream home. Let's get it. Step number 1 here is writing down exactly what you want. That's not a mind-blowing thing. I'm sure you've heard that before. You got to get clear on what you want, right? But it's a very different way. On a dream home, you want to get very clear on the qualities and characteristics of the home you want. Literally everything. The interior, the exterior, the location, everything. For myself and my partner, when we actually manifested this, we sat down together and we said, we want to live right on the beach, right? We want to live right on the ocean. We want to be able to walk outside and be literally on the beach anytime we wanted, okay? Now, for me at the time, that was a stretch. I'd never done anything like that, right? So there was a part of me that maybe had a little doubt, a little worry. We're going to be covering that. So for you as well, you might be writing down some qualities, characteristics. You might say, like, Scott, I have no idea how this is going to happen. Forget about the how right now. We're just talking about possibilities, okay? Step number 1 here, I want you to write down the qualities, the characteristics. How many bedrooms do you want? What kind of location do you want? What kind of vibe do you want? Do you want peace and quiet? Do you want a very good, a community? Or do you want to be on your own, kind of in solitude? What does that look like for you, right? What is that going to look like? Are you bringing a family into the home? Is it going to be you and your spouse, you and your partner, you and your, whatever it is? What is that going to look like? I want you to get everything very, very clear, okay, as much as possible. Qualities, characteristics, okay? Forget about pricing. Okay, sometimes it's like we're just talking about budget and everything, but also at the same time, I want you to be a little bit realistic. Now that usually goes against the law of attraction idea, right? But a lot of people just, they're living in a place they really don't like. It's like $700 a month in an apartment in a location they don't like. And, that's where we all get started. I've certainly been in my fair share of places like that as well. It's like you really don't want to be there, but you have to based on, the income you have coming in, right? So, and then they go from there and they say, I want a $10 million dream home, right? Now the gap between where they are now and where there is an enormous consciousness gap. Okay, so most likely you don't need that dream home that's $10 million right now. I'm talking about not being realistic on what's doable for you. I want you to be realistic on what it is that you want. You don't have to go, you go through Instagram, you see those dream homes, dream cars, all this crazy stuff, right? You don't need to go from 0 to 5,000, okay? Why not go from 0 to 50, right? Maybe it's going from your current place of apartment, maybe to stretching to, paying $2,500 a month in a place that's in just an outstanding location, brand new built, modern, and luxurious, right? I'm sure if you lived in that place, compared to where you live now, you'd be excited, you'd be happy, you'd be grateful, all these different emotions would come, right? I want you to be realistic on your want, okay? Don't just say, I want the $1 billion house. You most likely don't care right now about it. What's your next step? Not from here to 5,000, next step, 0 to 50. What does that look like for you? Absolutely, go after what you want. I'm not saying incremental $700 a month, to now paying $1,000 a month, although that might be your new place, that's fine, okay? But what does it look like incrementally? Very, very important distinction there. So step number 1, get those qualities, characteristics. Step number 2, we already talked about, it's that proper way of thinking, right? You want to start thinking of possibility. If the mind starts to say, how's that going to happen, okay? What you can really tell yourself, again, is the how, the when, the where. are the universe's job to help me out with. Right now, I'm just going to start dreaming. That's how you get rid of the how chaos that goes into mind. Just tell yourself, I'm just going to dream today. I'm not saying I'm going to do this. I'm not saying this is going to happen. I'm just going to dream. Now, for my girlfriend and I, when we actually got this place as well, it was the same thing. Internally for me, I had a little worry, a little doubt. I was unsure, right? But then I calmed my mind saying, well, let's see what's possible, right? We'll attract it. The universe is going to help us out, right? So it's a very different approach. It's the attitude you have about it. You're just going to dream, see if things are possible, okay? Don't limit your being. Don't limit yourself. Just go after what you want. That's step number 2. Step number 3 is every day you want to feel into the accomplishment of the feeling as if you're there. I want you to start visualizing it, okay? So when we were doing this together, we'd sit down together and we'd actually close our eyes. I remember doing this, we did it on our balcony at our old place. We sat on the balcony there and we closed our eyes and we said, what would the sea air smell like? What would the ocean, beach, what would we hear? Well, we might hear some seagulls going by. We might hear the ocean waves. We might hear those things, right? What else would happen? Well, maybe if we are sitting in our beach chairs, we would feel the warmth of the sun and sand on our feet. Literally, we go there. And I want you to do this every single day until you get the place. Every single day, right? So step number 3 is you need to start feeling as if you're already there. You dream about it. You imagine it. Believe me, this does something. If you've ever been on my channel, if you listen to my other videos and you really start to understand manifestation, what you're really doing is impressing your imagination with something you really want. You're feeling it to be true and it's activating it to allow the bridge of incidents or bridge of happenings to unfold to get you from A to Z. There's a lot of depth on why we do this. It's not just visualization. It's not just affirmations. Those are surface things. On this channel, we go much deeper. If you haven't subscribed already, I would absolutely subscribe to the channel. You want the depth. When you have depth, you have a lot more faith. You're going to work the process way, way better. So that's step number 3 there. Step number 4 is you need to let it happen while you take inspired action, okay? So again, if your mind is in chaos mode, it's up to you. It's your responsibility to keep it more in faith, keep it more in possibility. If it's going, when's it going to happen? Where am I going to get the money? How is it going to happen? All that stuff. It's your job, your responsibility to bring you back to faith and say, it's okay. It's all unfolding. It's okay. I'm just dreaming. It's okay. Things are possible, right? So you bring yourself back there and then take inspired action. I want you to start looking for places. That's a no-brainer, right? You've done that stuff before, I'm sure, when you've looked for a new apartment, townhome, house, whatever it is, right? You might go online and start looking at places. I want you to look at those places and imagine yourself actually living in one of those bedrooms. Actually see yourself in the kitchen. Does it feel good to be there, right? So again, it's kind of associated with the other steps of the process, but you start putting yourself in those places, right? Now the numbers may scare you, right? Now the situation on how it's going to happen might scare you. But again, remember the universe and your imagination are bigger than any circumstance ever in your life. Right, so you start actually using some research to imagine more. You start to get out there and take inspired action. You might start looking at places, right? Contact the agent or contact whoever it is that you need to look. Start walking in those places, and I want you to actually go there with confidence. Now, some people will have too much worry about it. They'll say, "Hey, I can't afford $2,000 a month." That person's going to know. They're going to say, "Get out of here! You can't afford this," right? But nobody really knows that. It's the confidence that matters. I want you to step into that place that you're going to, look at, okay, with confidence. Okay, look around, understand that you are somebody who is deserving and worthy of that place that you're looking at, right? And really be there in the confidence. Believe me, other people are going to know by your energy level. You go in there all worried and doubtful, oh my God, I've never seen a place like this before and everything else, right? You go in there like that, sure, you're going to show that and be that energy, right? Go in that place knowing I'm already living there. Things are unfolding. This is my destiny to live in a place like this. Okay, so you have that calm confidence. Step number 5 is to repeat this process on a daily basis. Okay, I already mentioned visualizing on a daily basis, but I want you to keep brainstorming on step number 1. There might be something you think about tomorrow. Add to your list. Add to your clarity, add to your qualities, add to your characteristics, add to the feelings you'd have as if you were in that place. Add more accurate thinking, add more visualization exercises, being there in imagination, right? And things will unfold. Now, listen, again, you see the ocean, the beautiful thing that we have in our place here. It was not an overnight thing. In fact, it took us at least 60 days to really start to hone in even possible places. And really, it was about 60 to 90 days of a constant thinking about where we wanted to be, going to look at places, going to figure out possibilities, right? And actually, the month before we actually moved into a place, I had things financially happen that unlocked the ability for me to actually get the place. Amazing, right? So sometimes you're not going to have the funds right away. Sometimes you're not going to have those, but it's up for you. Start dreaming about it. Start looking into possibilities, and things will start to attract if you have the faith and belief that those things will happen, right? Things will start to be aided on your adventure. But again, for us, we couldn't have doubts and worries. I wasn't like frustrated waking up every morning, oh my God, we're not in the place. Oh my God, we're not in the place, right? I wasn't so worried and doubtful. I was in a calm confidence, like, let's keep looking. Let's keep looking. The process wasn't always the easiest thing, but you do the process and you flow with it, and then you get the place. It's so uncomfortable at first because it's your new way of living. But a week goes by, 2 weeks goes by, and it's like, this is what I was born to live in, of course. And then you never go back from there, okay? You accept a place like that, it's just so good, you'll never go back to where you used to be, because that's your new paradigm, that's your new programming, that's your new consciousness. Try it out. Again, in the comments below, do some notes, go through all the steps, make sure you write out those things, okay? Be accountable, apply the process. Listening to this video and knowing the 5 steps, it's not gonna do anything for you. You gotta start visualizing, you gotta start going through the steps. And believe me, if you do this, it's gonna rock your world. You're gonna really move into a territory and location that you wanna be in. Things are gonna move fast, things are gonna move quick, okay? But apply the process. You're gonna love it, and you're gonna see great results that come from it.